This is the first time in all of human history that any person, anywhere, can get any piece of information they want. This is the first time in human history where any person, anywhere, can communicate with anyone they want. It has never happened before in human history. And lest we forget how new this is, we all have our smartphones. They're a decade old. It was not so long ago that the big companies that were going to rule the world were Microsoft, BlackBerry. We now wonder whether Microsoft will continue to be relevant. They're huge. They generate enormous amounts of cash, but suddenly all the things that made them powerful in the past do not help them be powerful in the future. BlackBerry, the CEO of BlackBerry recently said, "We're still here." If your CEO has to say you're still here, it's not a good sign. This is the most complex time in human history because of the transformation that the combination of technology and a global economy has wrought. It is the most complex time in human history. There is no way anymore to wall off anything or anyone. Whether we want to be or not, every single institution, every single person is connected to others, and in many cases connected to people they have never seen and will never meet tens of thousands of miles away. It's an incredibly complex time, complicated time, and it's also a time of unbelievable rapid change. And this too is worth putting into perspective. You know, for millennia, human history kind of went along in terms of people's standards of living and the opportunities that were available to people. And it's only been, honestly, in the last 250 years that humankind has taken off. The data is clear. So you have to ask yourself, why is that? Why is that? Well, I think it is because it's appropriate to talk about it since we are here at James Madison University. I think it's because about 250 years ago, two powerful ideas came together. One idea upon which our nation was founded, one idea was that everybody has potential. That everybody has potential. And that everybody should have the right to fulfill their potential. And that those rights of life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, those rights, pursuit of happiness, that's what our founding fathers meant. You can fulfill your potential. That those rights came from God, not man. That was a radical, visionary idea at the time. And they went further and said, it doesn't really matter who you are. It doesn't matter what family you were born from. It doesn't matter what your last name is. It doesn't matter what you look like. All that matters is you have these rights and you have potential, and you can fulfill your potential. It is still true to this day. There is not another nation on the face of the earth that was founded on that idea. And it is still true to this day that only in this country could a young woman go from being a secretary to the chief executive of the largest technology company in the world. That is only true in this country. And that is because of that visionary founding idea. And that political idea was coupled with the concept of free markets. Free markets where every participant is of equal stature. Where people, I'm not talking about crony capitalism. I'm talking about free markets where every participant is of equal stature and each participant can choose of their own volition to collaborate, to compete, to create a better life for themselves and their families. Those two ideas came together, and literally standards of living and the opportunities for humanity, if you looked at the graph, went like this.